All right, Acropolis here on map number 1 between these two, starting in the top left-hand side of the map, playing as the Blue Zerg. It is the Spaghetti Boy, Reynor.
And his opponent from France, we have DNS. Yeah, I think you're right. Reynor is probably going to be the one who's the favorite here, but DNS definitely one of the higher-ranked Protoss players in Europe.
Reynor, it seemed like he was on a steady rise to the top at some point. It really felt like, it was going to be, I don't know, maybe like what, second best European player after Cyril, like consistently. But then, obviously, StarCraft was very competitive. Like even Cyril recently in an interview mentioned that everybody got better, but so did he. And that's really the challenge, when you're one of the better players. And I feel like for Reynor, he definitely had a rise where like he was one of the absolute best in Europe or outside of South Korea. Whereas like now he's like a little bit more up in the air. Like he's still really, really good. But I don't know that I would put him, necessarily top 2 Europe with Cyril. Like there's a lot of players up there that can do very well on any given day. Lambo being one of these guys, for example.
It's fun as well because when you think about it, right? Like there's a couple of really good players, like people like Showtime come to mind, and Lambo and Reynor. Like there's a bunch of really good players in Europe, but then it seems like head and shoulders above the rest is Cyril, right? Like we don't even consider that he's, potentially not the second best or not the best in Europe or something along those lines. He's ridiculously good. It's hard as well to pinpoint why that is. I guess he's just a little bit better against everything.
I'm sure there's a couple delusional folks out there though that are like, no, Cyril's not the best.
He only won like everything.
The Muslim's my favorite player.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Ben is great.
Ooh! That was sick. Nice save. He's going to be able to shed out of there.
Did you know that with TY picking up casting as well, the Muslim is no longer the highest ranked caster? He was a little disappointed.
TY is picking up casting?
Yeah, he started casting the GSL quotas. With JYP going into the military.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wait, I thought JYP already went to the military.
Well, I believe he just started.
Really?
I'm not sure.
JYP was a sick player, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the TSL days. TSL had an insane team with like Alive, Killer, JYP, all these guys.
It's a long time ago.
All the Zergs. I remember the Zerg army. Symbol, Hyun.
These are all like old school names as well. You haven't heard about them in a little while.
Yeah. I remember these guys, they played the tournaments on Europe with like 300 or 400 ping. And they were so good at injecting, just like mechanically, that they still won every Revival.
Yeah,
Revival win like, I don't know, 100 cups or something playing in Europe. With like
well, if we're going to practice, we may as well just do European tournaments, get like $200 every time.
So insane.
400 ping, everything is delayed by like a half second.
I would compare it like, imagine if you play on a really old computer that has like almost no FPS, but you're playing against computer easy. That's what he was doing every day playing on Europe.
So it's a Glaive the Depth opener right here by DNS. Not something we see all too much. If I'm not mistaken, this is just Zerglings for the time being here for Reynor, which is actually a bit of an issue. This is not a build we see all too often. Reynor is the one Zerg player, I think, who really does still enjoy opening up just pure Zerglings. Just now do we see that Roach Warren, which is actually quite late in comparison to when we see other Zerg players take it, meaning that he's going to have to hold on against Glaive the Depths using just Zerglings and Queens, and that's just like one slip up away from being a disaster.
I'm going to try to keep an eye on the Hellraiser versus Stefano same time in case we hop into that so that I can know what's going on. I heard some interesting discussions downstairs. Hellraiser was talking about cannon placements, and he talked about how Stefano, how Stefano is like not necessarily good supposedly against cannon rushers, but yeah.
Oh man, this is a bit of a dirty build, bit of a cheeky one right here from DNS, but that is a great surround. Resonating Glaives is actually just finishing up right now, and that's a painful loss. Like that's like 5 adepts down.
Yeah, he's going to be able to shade into a drone line here onto the third base. Oh my god, what a timing. Literally 1/2 second away from shading into those drones on the third base as we see roaches on the production tab on the way. Maybe we can hop into Hellraiser Stefano if they're going to wait here. Or...
Ooh, he's got 500 ping right now. It's like playing from Australia, but they're actually like opposite each other.
Yeah, this is like a Revival playing on Europe.
I saw someone in Twitch.
That never stopped him.
I saw someone in Twitch just saying yesterday, it's like, oh my god, I saw him glancing over at his opponent's monitor It's like, no, guys, they're... I mean, it looks like they're in the exact same room, but they're actually quite, you know, it's a couple meters apart. There's a glass wall in between as well. All right. So there we go.
There we go, yeah.
Mapu with the top-tier production. Observing 2 games at once. He's got 2 mice.
Stefano going for a bit of a Ling attack here. Looks like this is going to be held.
Also, Glaive the Depths here.
What's the unit slow stab? They only got 1 drone.
And he actually lost an Oracle as well. That's a big deal. Stefano is another one of those players, right? It's really hard to say exactly how good he is right now. Like, sometimes he absolutely crushes it, and then sometimes it's like, oh, what's happening here?
I mean, he's still in the tournament. That's,
yeah, exactly.
That's an achievement in itself. Ooh. Okay, we're back in the main game that we're covering, which is Reynor against DNS. And those are depths. They're going to have a field day here. There's nothing to really help and defend. Drones are going to start falling left and right at depths. Most likely going to shade in natural in a second. DNS trying to take down some queens first. He's going to be able to do just that. And this is a disaster for Reynor here right now. It actually canceled the shade, knowing that there were probably going to be enough units onto that natural base.
Yeah, that's really rough though. Like 10 drones is quite a bit. The thing that you do have to worry about in these kind of scenarios with your Protoss is the counterattack. Okay, well, it looks like Reynor is not gonna go ahead and really do a counterattack here, but you can already notice DNS is a little bit worried about that. It's just warping in units to stop all pro production here for a little while. Not going up too hard, well, he's just taking a third right now, but not rushing it out. It's gonna be just pure drones though from Reynor.
Yeah, I mean, even if you grab the third, it doesn't really mean much. Like, you can still do a massive attack with a lot of sentries and immortals. Is that immortal number 2 or 3 starting now?
I think it's a second. Or no, it's a third.
Yeah, so that's usually when you hit that third immortal, then your sentries will have built up enough energy that if you go for an attack, it can be really scary. Spire on the way here from Reynor.
He found the gateway as well, which is a big deal.
Yeah. So then that means if DNS wants to attack, he needs to queue a prism immediately after that third immortal, which is usually the standard here.
It's funny as well, because he loses like 10 drones there or so, and then if you look at the work count 1 minute later, it's like 67 drones versus 45 probes. Yeah, and that Prism is going to be great as well, because, or rather that Spire play is going to be great as well against the Prism. It's going to be difficult to micro against that. Reynor definitely going to have full map control.
How many Ravagers are there? Because there's quite a few sentries. 0, all right.
0. Yeah, he's saving gas.
Yeah, you can obviously more of them a little bit later, but he's going to need quite a bit against this many sentries with energy. 6 in total.
Spire's not done yet.
Okay, 4 Ravagers morphing here. Reynor sees the attack coming. That's a pretty scary force. The War Prism is right behind this. Okay. I think he's rallied on top of this army.
Spire's finishing up here in a couple seconds. He just needs to buy time, right? If he gets enough mutas out, this army is going to be gone for sure. Warping in more adepts.
That was quite a few force fields, actually, just to trap a few units. He needs to land better ones than this. Force filled me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, that's what you think about. Here comes the Ravager hit squad.
Oh my god. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
That's no more reinforcements here into this fight for DNS. And Reynor will try to take the fight. He's trying to kite so that he can make sure that the part of the army of DNS here is not hitting, but these Immortals, they're rampaging through these roaches.
Yeah, that was sick though. There's a couple of Ravagers at the bottom. Picking up the Prism is a massive deal. He did already lose a lot of workers though, and that's rough. I mean, I was talking about it earlier. He did overdrone a little bit, probably assuming, ooh, if he can get these Immortals, that would be huge. Okay, 2 of them do die. But yeah, you obviously don't really know exactly if Protoss is going to continue probing up there as well, if you want to just drone to 66 immediately. Took a bit of a gamble. He does, by the way, have a 4th base. So he's just going to go back to droning. The War Prism there, though, with the safety.
The supply, man. 117 to 84.
Yeah, okay, the Spire is still there. Okay.
And Reynor's looking to try and counterattack. Having Ravagers here is nice against the force fields, but it's still very hard to go up that one ramp there. Baning Nest. Maybe that's for safety back at home, so that like if DNS steps on creep again, he can have Banelings and engage properly. And might be going for a base straight style with the Mutas, I guess. You fly into the probe line, you try to catch the opponent off guard, and then either you stay across the map ready to counterattack with the roaches, or you try and have enough back at home to defend against the attack. I think because Reynor, I don't know if he knows about this move out here.
I think he should be aware, right? Well, he doesn't care too much about the fourth at this point. So, I'm always a little bit worried whenever Protoss players try to counter Mutalisk with Stalkers. I mean, it kind of works initially, but the thing is, these Mutas are probably just going to fly across the map, right? They're not really going to help out too much in the engagement.
Yeah.
Once again, the Ravager hit squad, man. I like it so
Yeah, the Mutas are across the map now.
Yeah.
The third base. I think he might just go all in here, DNS. That's why. Wait, what? Where are the other Mutas?
I thought there were like 7. Oh. There we go. That means that this engagement
Oh my God.
is absolutely critical. Huge force fields as well.
The Corrosive Bile picked off so many other units.
There we go.
Ravagers
Once
coming in
again,
from behind.
Ravagers.
The Prism again goes down here. Reynor is like, nope, you're not going to reinforce there. As DNS did not even try to move that. And looks like Reynor might be able to get the clean up here across the map. He's already killed 10 probes and he's killing more. Reynor with the map #1 victory here.
Those 3 Ravagers. Like twice, right? That's a beautiful move. Very difficult to pull off as well, because Protoss did have a unit on the watchtower, so he had to like...
Seal Roach Team 6.
Oh my God.
Swoop in for the save. Maybe we can take a look at the other game then.
That was really cool.
Hellraiser and Stefano right
So guys, if you're losing against Prism, just micro really well. It's not that... just send a couple roaches. Well, apparently there's a laser giraffe in this one. It's going to be Stalkers, and wow, this looks like a game from 2012.
Yeah, Daybreak. Stefano, Mass Roach, 12 minutes, max out.
Colossus Stalker as the counter. No, this is not a good base to lose.
Just wait for the Archon toilet.
Yeah. It's the Mothership Core joins the fight. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah, we go. The most broken unit in the game currently, the Zealots, doing some damage across the map right now.
Yeah, you think they're the most broken unit?
No, but a lot of people do. That's the meme. So Stefano is on lair tech. Like, this is looking pretty bad.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of workers. That's the main issue right now, right? So he can't really go very much other than, like, Roach Bane.
This really looks like a Wings of Liberty game. Because, like, especially, I guess we see Ravagers, but,
yeah.
He's going Banelings, which usually, like, they are countered pretty well by force fields, but now with the Ravagers, obviously, it's not as clear.
Were there
Remember, Zergs used to go for Baneling drops to try and counter the force fields against this army, and then, like, there were a couple of Protosses, I think it was Naniwa, where he would start running back, land force fields, and then pick off the overlords one by one with all of his stalkers. And then he would never let these overlords drop on top of this army.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scrappy game for sure. He does have good upgrades, by the way, Stefano. So there is that. But yeah, he's going to be stuck on just Roach Tech here for a little while.
Somehow an Oracle finds its way there. Where do I attack? Where do I attack?
That's okay. He just got out of there. Big revelation, though.
Is there a Templar Archives? Yeah, there is. Okay, well, this game... I'm afraid this game is over. I think if you just add... This is not, by the way, the game we were looking at.
No. It's okay.
If you just add like 2 Archons or 3 at the front here and then you attack as Hellraiser, you're going to be able to get the clear win. All right, well, looks like we're going to hop back into DNS versus Reynor.
We just get the occasional update of the other series as well. Spooky.
Cyber Forest.
Dude, these map intros are really cool. Here we go. In the top left-hand corner, playing with the blue drones. From Italy, we have Reynor.
His opponents put up a pretty good fight and kill some drones. It wasn't quite enough. He's going to have to do better. It is DNS.
The hatchery in the natural there did get blocked. Bit of a cheeky one. I mean, Reynor tried to go for a 16 hatchery, if I'm not mistaken. And in order to block a 16 hatchery, you actually have to send out the probe before the pylon on the low ground. So DNS literally just sending out that probe so early that even a 16 hatch does get denied. It's not a massive deal, but it's going to make the macro early on a little bit trickier, as Reynor is now going to be forced to take the third base as his first expansion. And it's just going to make the macro a little bit more complicated. You got to split the Zerglings against the first adept. And yeah, it's not really what you want.
How are you doing on ladder?
So-so. Get up to like 5-4, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
You had a rough group in the Casters tournament.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I almost ended up winning against the winner in the group stage, right?
Yeah.
It was super close. Yeah, I tried my best.
Yeah. Tough draw, man.
I felt bad after... I watched the games back, right, when you guys were commentating them.
Yeah.
and you guys made it sound like I was bullying Reynor. It's like, no, I wasn't, man. I was just, I saw a bit of a weakness, and I
Wait, what happened specifically?
I did like a roach push, I think, in game 1. Or no, I did like, yeah, I did a roach push in game 1. And then in game 2, I got a lot of zerglings in, so I figured, okay, I'd just throw up a Baling Nest and push. And you guys were like, oh my god, Loco's so mean. I can't believe he's doing this against poor Reynor playing with 400 ping. I'm like, guys, I'm just trying to win. Reynard's probably watching this. I'm sorry, Reynor.
I'm sure he was cool with it.
I'm sure he's watching this as well, right? Reynor watches everything.
Yeah.
You ever watch the tournament where Reynor is not in the chat?
No. That would be like
check right now.
That would be like casting with Reynor, then he's not shouting. That never happens.
What? There's no one in the chat starting with M-A-Y. What?
He's logged in incognito. He's trying to pretend he's sleeping.
Yes.
Because he knows we're gonna get worried about his health.
Yeah, makes sense.
Otherwise.
Can't believe it.
How about Zerg versus Protoss these days?
I got trouble with the Prism, man. Let me tell you, the Prism.
Hey, you just saw the Roach? The
but
Steel
it's so
Team
hard.
6.
It's so hard, yeah.
Well, you know it's not. You just come in from behind. Bile. Goodbye.
Just gotta not lose one Ravager along the way, though. That's the tricky part.
That was so sneaky. That was so well done, to be honest.
Yeah,
Made
did
it look
twice
easy.
as well, right?
Yeah.
Super cool.
Like, I can see how some players would try this and they would just lose the 3 Ravagers. And it's like game. It's like, all right, well, I guess I'm not Reynor.
You lose 300 minerals, 300 gas for free. It's like, well, okay, I guess that's it.
So I think Hellraiser took game 1 against Stefano.
Okay.
Obviously, it was going pretty good. He was like almost maxed out. Colossi, Archons against a tier 2 Zerg on Lair Tech. Usually those games are going to go pretty well. What saves Stefano actually in these kind of games is his great engagements. So many times.
He's also super patient. Like, he's not scared to just like, throw up a bunch of spine crawlers and just go in Festus and just play it for like 50 minutes, right? Like, he's very comfortable doing that.
I remember playing Stefano a while back, and it was the Swamos era, and from the get-go, his goal was to split the map and let me mine out.
Exactly.
Can you imagine, like, going into a game with your game plan being, I'm going to mine out my side of the map, he's going to mine out his side of the map, and I'm going to manage resources better because of Swamos than static defense, and then I'm going to win a 30 minutes game.
He looks at the clock, he's like, well, I want to go to sleep in about an hour, so let's play one game.
And then 2 hours later, he's still at it.
Yes. Mining out Kingsco. It takes a while.
Twilight Council and Forge on the way now for DNS.
Pretty quick Forge, actually.
Honestly, last game without those Prism pickoffs, I think like DNS might have been able to make his attacks work a lot better and maybe even won from that. Like, it was so game-changing, the fact that Reynor was able to get that. Shutting down the Prism harassment very nicely here so far.
I'm curious what he's going to use the Forge for right now. Is it going to be some sort of 2-base pressure? I mean, he's adding on 4 additional gateways, 6 in total right now. But obviously, charge is not going to be done yet. He's not going to have +1 either. Yeah, okay, he does start up charge and +1 right now. So I guess it's going to be like an aggressive timing push, maybe with like a fake 3rd base. I'm not sure. Oh, man. If these Zerglings get a wraparound, that'd be huge. Oh, these units are so expensive. Even just like 1 or 2 sentries is a big deal.
Didn't lose anything. I had to use quite a few force fields. He lost one?
Yeah, I think he lost 1 sentry.
Mapu. I have to fact check this one.
Templar Archives as well. Yeah, I think this
That's
must
a
be
lot
like
of
some
gates.
sort of 2-base all in. It's 8 gateways right now. With charge +1. Archon Immortal Zealot. Let's go. This 3rd base.
What do you think? Is the SEAL Team 6 gonna catch the Prism again, you think?
I'm not sure. Honestly, like, this game kind of depends on how many drones Reynor makes right now. Because he scouts right there that the 3rd base is maybe being acquired, but normally we see that one going up at like 5 minutes.
I think DNS is gonna be more careful with his Prism this time around too.
Yeah. Oh, he's still making drones though. Like, this 3rd is so late, so usually whenever you see a 3rd base this late, you kind of get a little skeptical, right? You just start making non-stop army anyway. He's already up to 57 workers.
Yeah, that's a lot. Going to Roaches now. We got the Lair about to finish.
Okay. Nice.
That's going to be an easy cancel here.
Yeah, but
this usually makes you very, like, as soon as this happens here now, Reynor knows.
yeah.
He's like, there's a move out, he's going to come into the attack, I need to get ready. +1 finishing is a big deal here for DNS. That's going to help a lot with this attack to pack a bigger punch.
He's actually supply blocked.
Look at the
Yeah, I'm looking at the supply. And
3 pylons on the way.
that's rough, though. Like, he just lost 1 pylon at the third, I suppose. But if you're going to go for a 2-base push, you kind of need every warping.
Okay, are there roaches setting up to go for the snipe on that prism? Not yet, I think. Oh yeah, under that? Are there units? No.
Yeah.
I was just gonna try to fight this head on. With enough Ravagers. Oh my god, the cozy pile! Oh, they land on top of the Immortals! DNS, you can't let that happen. He's trying to take the fight head on. Prism flying in there as well. He's gonna go for the pickup on a lot of these Immortals, pull them back. Still so many roaches left over. He's gonna reinforce. Corrosive pile on top of the Prism!
Only 2, though. Oh, no, there we go. Third one does land as well. Yeah, Reynor is just looking really strong here, right? I mean, these are pretty basic 2-base all-ins, and they do work out relatively well here. But the thing is, Reynor right now, you can either go for a counterattack or just drone up. It's still 2-base Protoss. Main is gonna run out in like 2 minutes. Yeah, it's very difficult to come back from these kind of scenarios if you're DNS.
Yeah, Creep is being dropped on his 3rd base too. This
Yeah,
is
it's super frustrating.
pretty annoying indeed. And Glare Reconstitution just now finishing.
There's no prism.
Oh! Damn, too many of those piles have landed like well enough. But this was really good for Reynor. Like even if DNS falls here, like those trades are just not good for him.
Yeah, he's never gonna get a third up this way either.
No, where do we go? Rip Immortal.
They came from behind.
Loco.
I've played a lot of Warcraft 3, but
Look at it.
I'm looking at it, man. It's like twice as much. The soup doesn't lie.
I don't think it will here, even though it's roaches.
Oh, do you think he's doing that just to get out of his game? You know, it's like, get out. And morphing in Ravagers in your face. You gotta be careful, though. It doesn't overextend. The thing is, can we have a look at the minerals in the main base of Protoss? Yeah, they're starting to run low, right? And that's the issue. Like, very soon he's not going to have any more money, so he needs that 3rd base really badly. So I wonder if maybe Reynor's overextending just a little bit. Oh, he's just going up to a 4th base here. Yeah, squeeze out a couple extra drones. Infestation Pit as well, so probably going to go up to, I would reckon, what are they called? Swarm Host? Makes the most sense.
What do you think about the current Swarm Host? Like their place in the game? I think compared to how they used to be, like it's like a million times better.
Yeah, no, they're cool.
They're kind of as they were intended to be in the first place, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, like sometimes you find yourself in a game where you have low eco as Zerg, and it's really hard to figure out if you can drone up, and like Swarm Hosts are fun in those kind of games. If you have like 80 drones, they're not very good. But it's like a good example of a game. He's never really been able to go over like 60 drones until right now. That's very late. So I think Swarm Hosts in this case are pretty good.
Yeah, DNS actually never started anything like a +2 attack. I would love to see that, because he's already got the Twilight Council, so... And he's got the gas. Alright, that's gonna take a while.
Alright guys, I'll bring you over there in a little bit.
Pneumatized Carapace is about to finish. I don't think he got Burrow though, did he? That would make this quite a bit stronger now.
Alright, so Roach Swarm Host here. I like the addition of the Nidus Worm in these kind of scenarios too. Maybe the map is not big enough for that. Like, Nidus Worm Swarm Host is fun.
I mean, then again, Swarmos are really fast.
Yeah.
In any case.
Yeah, he's got Start Screw Creep Spread as well. Man, the Terran music. Terran music is... if I was a Terran player, I'd just listen with the in-game music on all the time.
Do you ever, like, you have the music on when you play, or...?
Sometimes, but the Terran music is so sick.
You know, when I play tournaments, I always have the music on to kind of use as, like, extra sound to block everything else from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Even in War 3 as well.
What do you listen to, though?
No, I mean the game music.
Oh, you listen to the in-game
Yeah.
music? Oh. Yeah, it's actually really good. Oh, man.
Some people are specific with this stuff. Like, some people, they disable the unit answers. So every time you click on a unit, you don't even hear the voice and stuff. Like, they disable different sounds.
All right, wave all in number 3. See if it's gonna work this time. Big Swarm Host wave, actually. Used a little bit too early, honestly. They're gonna be on cooldown for a very long time. But obviously, in the meantime, DNS is losing his third base, and yeah, that's rough. I mean,
5 Spine Chorus on the way. I think Reynor knows, like, as long as he holds on here, he's gonna be all right in this game, especially having killed a third across the map.
I see people in the chat looking at the soup line.
They know.
They know.
They're well-educated StarCraft players.
Oh man, good force fields though. Making the best of this scenario. Thing is though, where are the Swarm Hosts?
The Prism.
Oh, the Prism hit squad. Once again, a couple of Ravagers in the bottom. There they go.
Oh my god, not again.
Oh, he needs high ground vision.
Oh.
He doesn't have high ground vision.
Oh, that's so sick.
You know what?
Everything's dying.
Yeah, you know what? Reynor is making this look like it's actually harder than it needs to be, but he just simply has so much more. Yeah, the main is running out, the natural is going to be running out as well, and DNS just doesn't have the money. GG. Now we're playing best of fives.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than the previous couple of days.
So Reynor now on match point. Perhaps we can hop into Hellraiser Stefano if that's going. I think it is.
What do you think of Reynor's glasses?
They look majestic.
Yeah. I like the fashion style. Like, it's different than like a year ago.
So we got lurkers in this game. 2017 calls, they want their composition back.
Yes.
It's weird how we don't see lurkers that much anymore. I always thought that lurkers was the unit that wasn't used enough, and then eventually someone was going to find like the real good way to use them, and we were going to see them more. It was the opposite.
Yeah.
Like we see them less and less.
I do think they would come probably. They probably will come back at some point, though. I mean, Stefano seems like one of those players as well. I mean, we talked about it earlier, right? Like he's not afraid to go split map, and Reynor, or rather, those lurkers are really good at just simply not dying, I guess, right? You put them down, and then well, you kind of save. I guess most people just go Brute Lords instead, right? Like they serve a similar function. They sort of kill everything on the ground, and Brute Lords are just a little more reliable.
That's a lot of high tempo. With a lot of energy. Let's see if you can land some storms here. Stefano doing a little bit of a run around. Oh my god. Catches some of these oracles. The Prism, not again. Keep seeing with Prisms. That's the 6 siege. He trapped his army, essentially, down there. So Hellraiser has to run up.
Nice stasis ward, though.
Who's trapped now? I think Stefano needs to move the lurkers to siege better, maybe like the wall on the left side.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now on the left, I think.
All right, let's see.
Try to.
Yeah, the lurkers are... He's trying... Okay, Hellraiser is trying to catch this army that was frozen there, but then he's worried about the lurker siege. I think drops or Nidus here would be nice. It's not easy to pull off. Because like if you siege at the front like this, when the guy has like that many mortals and storm, it's just so hard to fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be like a normal strategy at some point, like Nidus Lurker. It's pretty ridiculous. If you manage to get a couple Nidus, a couple Lurkers inside of the main base.
I mean, if they're already set up.
Yeah, it's so hard to break.
Wow, what did he... And 4 Kairos on the way. I always knew Hellraiser was a ruddy one.
Talked about it a little bit on the couch yesterday with a few of the pro gamers here that play Zerg, and they all mentioned, yeah, carriers, yeah, it's not that much of an issue anymore. Should probably make some infestors, some corruptors, and you should be okay.
Yeah.
Seeing neither of those right now, though. 8 more lurkers. And a couple Ravagers apparently feeling brave.
Yeah, +2 attack on the way as well. Is that 21
21 lurkers? I mean, you were saying nobody plays lurkers. Well, here you go.
Stefano is like, shut up, Todd. Watch this. Wait, how many is he going to have in total?
Yeah,
was that it? Because he already had some.
Oh, that's a shame he didn't have that one yet.
Yeah.
27.
Stefano actually is going to have so much gas income that even like after, let's say, like he loses this army, he's going to be able to get like good lords and all that.
But he has no anti-air though. So like, the carriers here are going to be really good. Still feel like Tempest probably would be a better choice. What are you gonna do here? Oh, you're not gonna be able to fight that though. Hellraiser, that's
It's sick. This reminds me of like Brood War, you know, when Terrans against Protoss, they made mass tanks and they just siege forward, leapfrogged and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's this weird moment where sometimes like Archon Immortal Zealot Storm can sort of kill lurkers. But I guess Stefano's thinking, you know what, he can do that, but what if I get more lurkers? Not gonna happen.
Those carriers need to get there.
Yeah, where are they? They take forever to build though. There they are.
They take a long time.
Yeah, that's...
Alright, finally is like, get off my lawn.
I'm surprised he just like runs them forward though, a couple of them. Yeah. Alright, going home.
I mean, these are completely useless now, these lurkers. He needs to just get mass hydralisks. But then obviously there's going to be Storm, Immortals.
Yeah.
That carrier transition was sick. Came just on time to save him. Like if this had been like a minute later, he would have been in bigger trouble.
It's going to be like 10. He saved them as well, right? He hit them in the corner for a little while. The lurker counterattack.
I'm surprised Hellraiser is moving so far on the map, but I guess he knows that he saw how many lurkers there were. He's like, you can only get so many hydralisks to help with this. But we got corruptors now on the way.
Yeah, you need a lot of them though. And they have no armor upgrades here.
Oh my god.
Nice storms. Whoa, the lurkers though. They're gonna be able to make short work of most of this. Just kidding, they're already dead.
Nah, look. Did he lose all the observers?
Oh, I think he did.
Yeah, I think they went for. Oh my god. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Ouch.
You're drunk, Harry.
He actually ended up killing that base though with that hit squad of lurkers on the right hand side.
Stefano's somehow making this a game. And there's no more observer. He must be, yeah, okay, so he's remaking one now.
There's
I think his observers
for Hellraiser right now.
His observers were grouped with his army, so when he did attack move, they went forward and died at the front.
He just killed like 20 probes there.
Oh no,
Fourth
okay, so
base is gone
he's got a bunch of observers there. I don't know where they were then.
Oh, he's trying to hunt down those High Templar. Getting those would be super good for him. But this is pretty good though, because now Stefano has sort of broken that tempo, right? Like Hellraiser wanted to push and push and push, but never actually happened. Now he's got a pretty decent Corruptor Bowl as well. And there we go.
Oh, I don't think Stefano should be moving across the map here.
Yeah,
Tries to get on top of these carriers. He doesn't want Hellraiser to get to a critical mass here. So he's going to lose his entire army, killing as much as he can, but there's still going to be so many carriers left over.
Yeah, Flyer Carapace is finishing in like 2 seconds now. I feel like that push would have been so much nicer.
Yeah. I mean, Stefano's economy is so far superior because of his, the amount of bases and saturation. I think if he just waited, he would have been better. So, I don't know, maybe somebody should hold my beer and I can show you guys like how I could have done this. Cap.
All right, so we're going to be switching back towards DNS versus Reynor, the series we were actually casting. Here we go. Spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a Reynor and his opponent. I mean, you already guessed it. I already kind of spoiled it. We have DNS. Apparently, he's opening up with a Stargate. And, well, they're doing a little bit of damage. I think it's going to be that triple Oracle play and then followed up with a much more standard opener as well. Although Reynor did open up with something cheeky as this third base is super late. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what went down in this game, but honestly, like the first couple minutes of ZvP especially, they kind of look similar. Sometimes people give me a hard time, like, hey, why are you not talking about the game? It's like, well, they're making probes and drones. And
yeah, production with a bit of a manner timing, to be honest.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, like, you know, Stefano lost everything. They're like, switching to the other game, guys. Zero face in Stefano. If you guys really want to see the Stefano game, it's up on the B stream, and actually, I think he might have concluded because I see the casters on camera. So
yeah,
obviously that was going to be a tough one for Stefano to recover from, and I believe Hellraiser is now up 2-0. In that one series, it's nice. You know, you see on one hand a Zerg winning here, and in the other series it's the Protoss.
Yeah, Hellraiser actually doing really well for himself though. Really cool. We
still got all races featured here at HomeStoryCup, and with a pretty good spread, I'd say. Like, obviously, it's always a little bit more Zerg.
Yeah, we started off with 50% Zerg, and now there's more like 35% Zerg left over.
Yeah. Thin in the haired.
Yes. I mean,
it's not going to be a ZvZ finals, but...
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good Zerg players.
I mean, yeah, there is a Zerg guaranteed in the winner's bracket finals.
Yeah.
All right, DNS going on creep once again here. Prism gonna have to pick up these Archons. This is not like you know, a crazy attack or anything. Like he can just evacuate when it's only the 2 Archons. Damn, the Zealots.
Oh man.
Wake
They could've
up,
actually
boys!
killed so much.
Do something!
They're like, yes, there's a roach. Shark.
They could have been killing drones and stuff.
Yeah. That would have actually been a game changer.
Oh my god. He's going for the catch behind.
Yeah. It's a big deal though. These queens will be able to pick it up very easily. One of the Archons actually ended up falling there, as Mappa points out.
And he's just gonna fly on out of there. Immortal production behind this. DNS on 3 bases.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That hurts so much though. You really
Yeah.
want to keep those alive.
Reynor is really sick with those catches on like whatever's flying.
Yeah. Like his queen positioning against prism play in general is really good as well. Like I was telling you earlier about how I'm not very good against prisms, and then you look at the pro gamers and how they handle it, and it's like, yeah, just put your queens in the right spot. It's super easy. Just magically know where the prism is coming from. Now they have Zerglings like running over the map, and they see the angle that it comes in from, and then they. But it's super difficult to properly pull off. Anyways, he's going melee upgrades. How do you feel about that?
I don't know actually. Does he want a Baning drop maybe? Because he's getting a Baning nest at the same time.
Yeah.
If you go for a couple dropper lords here on those probes and stuff.
Some of the pros have been going for like very aggressive 3-base pushes.
Damn, that one
Actually,
drone. Oh, he catches 3. That one drone was trying to take the hit again.
I think it was Creator versus Reynor earlier on into this tournament as well on Thunderbird. And it seemed like a strange build to go for like a Roach Ravager Ling Bane all-in because of the ramp on that map. But it worked out really well because Creator actually didn't really expect it either.
Well, you don't think he's going to drop with the Banelings at all?
Maybe if he finishes up +2, but...
Kills a few more drones there. And we got Storm on the way pretty quickly here for the NS, not wasting any time.
Yeah. Going up towards the 4th right now. Usually, obviously, King's Cove is a bit more of a macro-focused map.
By the way, Hellraiser went for a cannon rush in game 3 against
Oh, wow.
Stefano.
And it's actually working?
Yeah. I heard him talk about it downstairs, and he literally said that Stefano was one of the worst against cannon rush.
It's kind of what he's known for as well, right? Hellraiser. Doing the cheeky openers. Although in the other 2 games we saw, though, he played much more macro-focused. A 3-0 win would actually be really cool for him.
Yeah, he saved it for the last map.
We have the Terran music again. It's a Zerg versus Protoss, but we don't care here at HomeStoryCup.
All the musics are good, I think. Except the Zergs.
Kind of depressing a little. Have you,
that was a nice impression.
Have you ever heard the victory music in StarCraft 1 when Zerg wins?
What is it like?
It's just like, it doesn't sound very happy. It's like, yes, we've noted, but it sounds
Oh yeah, I think I know, yeah. There's like a electric guitar, also like...
It's good though, but doesn't really get you super pumped up to play. No, I think the Terra music is awesome. I guess it's more human-like, right? It makes sense. The other ones are a little bit more science fiction.
I think it's really sick that we got voice packs as well.
You mean voice pack?
Yeah, like all the voice packs that we got. You got one too.
Yeah. You used that one, right?
How hard did you work on your voice packs?
It was actually really fun to do. One thing I didn't take into consideration, though, when I did all of the voice lines and stuff, is that some of the lines get repeated way more often than others. So, like, I think most of the lines are like, probably, oh, this is big, oh my god. Woo! That's huge. Anyways, most of the voice lines are very positive, but then the ones that get repeated a lot, it's like, oh, did you really run out of minerals again? It's like, it sounds like I'm really pessimistic.
I was a fan of Loco, but then I used this voice pack, and I've had enough of this guy.
Nah, it's not. No, it's really fun.
You can add stuff to them, right? Like if you want to or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Some updates.
Yeah,
I think so.
I could do some updates. It's fun though. It's really cool because secretly I'm just a massive StarCraft fanboy. I mean, it's not very secretly, I guess.
It's kind of known, yeah.
Yeah.
So DNS looks like he wants to go for it here. Reinforcing just right behind his fight. He's got a Guardian Shield, Alcon at the front. Reynor actually losing a lot of units very quickly here. These Immortals in the back doing a ton of work. There's
Imagine
still
if
a lot
these
of
High Templar
Hydralisks
were here. That would have been a game changer.
Yeah,
Having
that was
4 of those High Templars.
It's so bad to lose 4 High Templars with Storm and that much energy. Is Reynor pushing this back?
I don't think so. Zerk units are pretty good, and there's a Greater Spire on the back of this as well.
Oh my god, the Prism! The Prism! Woo! Gets out of there. Okay, so they just traded armies straight up.
Wow.
Oh, that one Ling is like,
So
shut
sweet.
up.
Is that a changeling? I hope that's a change. Oh, yeah, it is. I was going to say, is there a Zealot stuck in stasis?
Greater Spire, by the way, about to finish, and no sign of any Stargate transition from DNS.
8 Brute Lords, let's go.
Is he on 10 gases by now? I think so.
Yeah. Oh, there's a free
No,
kick from
not yet.
Does he know about the Greater Spire?
I don't think he saw it.
Oh, he did see the Spire.
Did he see the Hive even?
Yeah, maybe. That's okay. Mapu just selected another unit again. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of suspect it. Like, he saw the army that he killed. He's like, yeah, I'm not really worried about ground reinforcements so much as I need to think about how to counter that tier 3. That part of the music is epic.
Yeah.
When I hear the musics of video games like this and I hear how epic they are, I'm like, there should be more video game movies.
Oh,
you know, like they did like the Warcraft movie. Like there should be a Starcraft movie for sure.
dude, that would be amazing. Wow.
Oh, that gets saved just barely here. Now he's gonna be able to use transfusions to bring that
But
back
there
up.
have been multiple video game movies, but not all of them were very good.
Yeah. You saw the trailer for Sonic? Dude.
Apparently they're redoing a lot of that,
Yeah, well,
which is
I
good.
know one way they can redo it is to cancel that movie.
That was probably on the table as well.
If there is a StarCraft movie, we need to have like cameos in the game. Dude, just like Tastos is like pouring drinks at a bar somewhere in one of the scenes, you know, like
Yo,
as
that would be so
waiters.
sick. Couple of zealots.
That one Hydralis.
Oh, wow! Joint
One last
army.
spit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Spawned out of a cocoon and immediately, right? It came to life and boom, got to snipe something. That Hydra needs to be promoted. Immediately. Get out of my base.
All right, Carriers on the way now from DNS. +1 attack about to finish, or air weapons rather. Let's got a few High Templars. Ooh, okay. Well,
Blow it
break
all
the
up.
wall, yeah.
Adrenal glands +3 upgrades.
Oh, the Greater Spire. He could actually kill it, I think.
Yeah, there's an infested.
We need to remember to force field on the wall and the natural. Okay.
The Greater Spire gun? Probably. 14 infestors, by the way, coming up. That's huge.
Yeah, those links actually just killed the gate.
Oh, what?
Oh
No
my
way!
God.
How is that
He didn't
alive?
click on it, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah, he was busy micromanaging all of the units at home. He killed like 13 drones, but not the Greater Spire. I mean, we see 14 Infestor, and now it's going to be Brute Lord Infestor from here. Wings of Liberty vibes again.
I just want to see the Archon toilet one last time.
Nobody wants to see the Archon.
One of the most known game of all times that people talk about is the Kiwikaki Stefano. Like the first real big Archon toilet IPL.
Oh, was that
saw.
the one on
Was it?
Scrap Station? Scrap Station is the one it's
I don't know. I thought he might have been. Actually, I don't even remember the map. I just remember that crazy Archon toilet. It was the first time we really saw it, and then after that, so many people started using it.
Wasn't there one like versus MVP as well? Like the GSL Grand Finals?
Yeah.
That's the one I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure.
That was like with Void Race and everything. And
Oh, okay. People in the chat are saying it was on Lost or Shattered Temple.
yeah, actually, yeah, that's what I thought. Shadow Temple.
Twitch chat, man. Whew. 200 IQ.
They've been around for a long time, some of these guys for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, I remember the one you mean, the one with the... It was against Squirtle,
Yes.
MVP Squirtle.
Squirtle MVP. I don't think that.
And he had like mass battle
scrap
cruisers and
stage.
stuff.
Yes.
Sickest.
There's gonna be a couple guys watching this like, what? An Archon toilet? That wasn't the actual strategy.
Is that some kind of
Basically,
detergent for the buff?
you'd go Mothership, and it had a spell called Vortex that would suck all the units towards the center. And about a year or so into StarCraft 2, people figured out, you know what? I can do Vortex, then trap all of my opponent's units, and then throw my own Archons in as well. And since Archons deal splash damage, they
The
kill
Protoss
whatever's
version
in
of
there.
Mr. Clean. You just put them in there.
Yes, you could kill everything.
It was actually silly. Like if you caught
Yeah.
like a bunch of Mutas and then you put like 4 Archons inside, as
Yeah.
soon as they would come out, they would just melt in one hit.
Yeah, Protoss players optimized it as well. It's like, oh, against Brute Lords, I need 5 Archons. Against Mutas, I need like 3.
Yeah. Silliness. All right, DNS moving on creep again.
Oh, man.
That's a lot. Oh my god, big tag on all of these infestors. Fungal is gonna start landing here. Broodlord's doing a ton of work. DNS is trying to get out of there. Neural Parasite used on some of these carriers. What does he target with it? He just pulls them back here to make sure he gets that one carrier. Fungals are gonna have to land once again.
Yeah, this is not easy to break. DNS trying his very best to make this a good scenario, but the thing is, Zerg barely lost anything there, right? Maybe a couple of infestors, and DNS is going to be forced to go all the way back home. This is one of those games that will likely be decided more so by economy, not so much the fight. Oh my god. He grabbed it. He's like, nope, you come here. You come right over here. Infested
Welcome to
Terrans.
Krefeld.
Yeah.
That Greta Spire, it has to die. I don't care about anything. I just want that Greta Spire to die one
Got
time.
energy,
Can we make it?
transfuse, man. Don't inject with that queen, please.
Want me to hold your beer so you can?
There's the mothership. Doesn't have Vortex anymore, though,
Here
guys.
we go. DNS.
Wow, where'd the Hydras go? Yeah, now you transfuse. I told you.
He's leaving on edge.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, though, he's got enough Brood Lords anyway. Yeah, it just starts up Double Spire as a backup now, probably mostly for upgrades.
Okay, who do you think is winning?
Definitely Reynor right here.
Yeah, supposedly at this stage, it's very hard to deal with Zerg, which is crazy to think about because once upon a time you would think of the Golden Armada and like how uncounterable it
Yeah.
was.
It's weird as well, because when you play like this yourself, it's actually really hard to beat the Protoss, but then the pro gamers make it look easy.
Actually, resources lost is very equal from both players. Fungal's gonna land.
Oh, man. So
That's
there's
a lot
not a
of-
lot of storms available anymore, and that means that these infested Terrans are going to be able to make short work of everything in the air, and that's the real problem here. As soon as these carriers are gone, it means the Brute Lords can kill everything else. And in order to like keep the carriers alive, you kind of need to have some of those some of those storms available. But most of the High Templar have died.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Both players going for their own run-bys here on each side. I like that a lot. Like DNS is using the mobile part of his army. That's not good in the defense anyway, if he stays on his side of the map with it. To go for a counter-attack and try to force a good fight on the ground. And he kind of forced Reynor back. I think Reynor got worried here for a second, so he just kind of went home. Staying near his static defense.
There we go. New Great Aspire.
There it is.
Do you think you should go like mix in Vipers as well at this point?
Yeah. Parasitic Bomb in those fights is really massive. If you can synergize it with some good fungals in particular. Damn, what a crazy game.
Yeah, we're gonna go for that split map. Wait,
You don't see like that long games nowadays very often, I find. Like games are usually decided by this time, a lot of the time, or even if they're not done yet, you can kind of get an idea of who's clearly winning. Whereas in this one,
Oh, that's
up until now, I thought Reynor was doing good, but
There's
that
this
was-
weird moment. Like, you know how in Terran versus Zerg, sometimes we see like Zerg players, 14 infestors by the way, going up. Oh! He's trying to get some workers.
good reaction from the NS.
Yeah. Like, you know how like at some point Terran players start giving away SCVs?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
that same moment in Zerg versus Protoss as well, where the Immortal is now being given away in a prism. He's being escorted. It's like one final trip.
The army of Reynor in the middle, he needs to be careful. He just got caught a second ago. And again, ooh, okay, ooh, there's this boss at the front. Oh my god, these interceptors on slow motion.
Yeah, interceptors take so long to rebuild, right? There we
Go
go.
for the recall.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do very much there. That one carrier, not destined to live. So he's trying to deny as many bases as possible. Honestly, though, so far, DNS is doing a really good job continuously mining. I think that's where Reynor shines the most, though. In the main engagement, Protoss can probably win.
Yeah.
But Zerg can just replay so much faster. I mean, we just saw him make 14 infestors at once.
I think a prism here would be really good to go for the main base. Like DNS, if he did that.
Shot. Yeah.
Because like the entire army of Reynor is like in the center of the map. If you just like does a massive warping of Zealots and Archons in the main base of Reynor. Oh, there we go. And he just got shields level 2, by the way.
Yeah, going for
Pretty
the air
super
weapon
great.
upgrades. I always think you should go like double Cybercore at this point. Just start double
Yeah,
upgrading.
I mean Zerg's on double Spire.
Yeah.
Which the Prism actually could go for if he goes for the main. No, he's gonna go for Zealots here first. Yeah, I think here as DNS you're supposed to keep a bunch of supply free. Don't go to 200. Then make sure you warp in here a lot of these units.
Yeah, that's what Zerg does as well, right? Like he could technically just max out on Infestors and Brute Lords, but he's keeping some of that army mobile.
That mothership worries me. I feel like it's bound to get neural eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vipers here would be great for that too. A couple abductions. Mothership's typically very slow.
Hellraiser. Oh. 2-1. Okay, so Stefano.
How many
ended up winning.
Infestors is that?
Stefano won a game apparently against Hellraiser.
35. Oh, he won the game where there was a cannon rush.
Wow, did he? Yeah, you're right. Man, Mapu observing 2 games at once. Rumor has it he's got 4 eyes. Did you know that? He can move them both independently. He's got 5 eyes. There you go.
Good old Mapu. It's pretty cool actually. We have a lot of observers there, right? There is Funka and Koka casting on the game. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They actually went for the fights. Neural and a lot of these carriers here was used infested Terran force a lot of these high Templars to use Storm on top of them. What a clown fiesta this is.
Yeah.
And all these carriers are gonna die now.
I'm a Zerg player myself, but as someone who likes to play Protoss, this hurts. It's like
you know, like
so many dead Protoss.
Yeah.
units.
You know foot porn? This was Zerg porn, right?
Yes.
There, right?
That hurts for Protoss though, man. Like that is a very expensive army to lose. And look at the money, right? So Reynor has been pushing back that economy for a very long time. DNS has been trying to do the same, but Reynor's been cleaning it up every single time, right? Once again, these Zealots, they're not going to be able to get that much done. And in the meantime, Reynor does have a bit of a bank, whereas DNS doesn't have the money to replenish that army. So not only did he get like a favorable trade, he's in a...
He's getting 5 more infestors?
Yeah. Yeah, well, with the Infested Terran, or rather with the High Templar gone, right? The Infested Terrans can just clean up everything that flies.
Can you do the sound of the egg spam?
Nah, I think not. Nobody.
Can he neural the mothership maybe? Doesn't even need to be honest. Just mass infested Terran. Fungal landing on everything. Lynx on the right side, sniping the one base. 27 probes just fell. And DNS at this point, he doesn't even know where to go.
Sick game, honestly, here by Reynor does. Super clean. Showing us how to beat this late game Protoss army. Making it look easy. Like, this is a theme I've noticed with like these top level Zerg players. They just make it look easy.
He's just gonna pull back and let the energy come back up on his infestors. How many infestors is that? He's getting 7 more. 38.
He's gonna go 45 infestors? How many Brute Lords are there?
Just
3?
3, yeah. He doesn't even need them anymore, to be honest. Whoa, wake up,
Be
guys.
careful, though. He needs to be careful. It's not game over yet.
Yeah, this counter-attack is looking pretty scary because there is not that much energy. Oh, can he pull back?
Oh my god. Here
Recall,
we go.
maybe?
The sandwich.